All right, we are here with Dr. Bobbi Peterson. All things Dr. Bobbi, Aces Braces in the building.
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time coming. I can't even keep a straight face with
I
you, my
know,
friend.
you're already giggling. So, you are my dentist.
Yes.
Look at my teeth, y'all.
Look at the tooth gems.
Yeah, and the tooth gems
Focus
below.
on that.
And you are just fabulous.
Thank you so much, as are you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. So before we get into what we're gonna get into, the conversation, I need to know, who are you wearing today?
So my jacket and my pants are, you might need to help me with the pronunciation, but L'Agence.
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 There we go.
The L'Agence.
It's fabulous.
Yes, I love it too.
And tell me about your personal style. How would you describe it?
I would say that I love the neutrals. Like that's usually me. Every now and then I like to pop out with a little bit of color, but not much. Like this is the most I'm really gonna do in terms of color. Okay. I love neutrals.
Neutrals.
Yeah.
And I feel like on your job, you're not the typical dentist.
To say the least.
So let's talk about that. Like from the looks to the TikToks, just talk about that.
Yeah, I think, well, my practice in Brooklyn, Aces Braces, I have one in Brooklyn and one in Philadelphia, and I try to create a very homely, just more comforting feeling when people come in, because I mean, nobody likes to go to the dentist. I don't even like going to the dentist. So when you enter my practice, you see, you know, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas on the wall. You have a big screen that shows like a lot of the TikToks that I do, or some of the accomplishments that I've had. So you kind of meet me before you actually meet me when you get there first, you know, when you're there for the first time. It's also, I like to create that warmer feeling because at least 50% of my patients are teenagers. So I want them to feel like they can speak to me about certain things. I always like to ask what's happening in their lives at the time. So like, for example, if I know that one of my patients has a new boyfriend, I'm like, oh, well, how's your boyfriend? I'll write it in the chart. Oh, you have picture day coming up. I'll make sure that I write it in the chart so that I can like ask them about it next time, because I like to create that personal feeling, and a lot of teenagers don't have that.
Right.
Yeah.
And your specialty is not just filling cavities or cleaning teeth, but you're an orthodontist.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't do any general dentistry for the most part, not anymore. My specialty is orthodontics, which means that I move teeth around in people's head. So I straighten out teeth inside of skulls. That's what I do.
Wonderful. And I feel like we don't see that many, or I'll just speak from my personal experience, we don't see that many Black women in this position, and also you've made history as well. You're the first Black woman to create an electronic toothbrush. Is that correct?
That is very correct.
Wow.
I'm also only one of 3 Black female orthodontists that have their own practice in New York City, that was the first thing. That was the first thing. I was just like, what? When I found that out, I'm like, what? Because we all know each other.
Right.
You know how that is. It's like, you know, the dental community the Black dental community is very small. But in terms of big mouth, absolutely. I am the first, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but my toothbrush, my toothbrush is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I love speaking about it. Like it's just amazing, and it's so practical, and it just, you know, solves issues. And it's funny because toothbrushes have been around for hundreds of thousands of years, and I say hundreds of years, and you know, it's kind of hard to make an improvement on something that's been around for so long, you know.
So talk about the big mouth toothbrush and what differentiates it from the competition.
So the original big mouth toothbrush was electronic, and it had the wider head, so I got the patent on the wider head. So the reason why I was saying that I wanted to have or develop or design a toothbrush that had a wider head was because I wanted it to be more efficient. The wider head allows for my consumers to brush upper and lower teeth at the same time, upper gums, lower gums at the same time. As a dental professional, we always stress brushing your gums. And what I was noticing was that all of the latest advances in electronic toothbrushes were getting smaller and smaller. So, I mean, I just didn't see how practical that was. I mean, yes, it looks sleek, it looks nice, but it just wasn't really practical for me. So, 4 prototypes later, I locked in a design for a wider head for a toothbrush, and it also has 5 speeds. So we can get into that.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, so I feel as though there are a lot of consumers that have different dental needs. Everyone's teeth are not the same. So a lot of people have sensitive gums or sensitive teeth. We have a sensitive setting. There are people that drink a lot of coffee or smoke a lot of weed or smoke cigarettes or whatever. And for my smokers or people that tend to have teeth that develop stains, we have the whitening or the polish setting, which is a more intense pulsation. Either way, whichever setting you use, it feels like a spa in your mouth.
I love it. And you've been cool since I've met you.
Right.
But the coolest thing I think you've done is go on Shark Tank.
Yes, I thought you were going to say tooth gems. I was going to say,
Well, the tooth gems too. The tooth gems too. I
Yeah.
said you've been super cool. There's so many things.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Shark Tank, how it
Yes.
happened. I know the story, but for those who might not know, tell us how you got on my favorite show
Yes,
in the
it's
whole wide world.
it's my favorite too. So once we launched the Big Mouth Toothbrush, we launched in January of 2022. Yes, January 2022. And Shark Tank, again, is like one of my favorite shows. And I always had the motivation to try to, become a participant. Didn't know anything about the application process or anything. Looked it up, applied, and I know that Shark Tank is the type of show that you can go on with an idea, you can go on with a failed business, you can go on with a new business. There are so many different, entrepreneurial levels that you can actually go on for Shark Tank with. But I found that the participants that had some numbers under their belt, that had proof of concept, were the ones that got the best deals. So I said, I want to get at least 6 months of sales or numbers under my belt so I can just be more efficient and just speak on my product and, lock in how great of a concept it is. So that's what I did. So after about 6 months, I applied, and that was July or June of that year. And then they, it was kind of still during COVID. So they responded to me in August, and then I pitched in September. And then it aired in March of the following year. So what a lot of people don't know is when you go on Shark Tank, they don't air every episode, right? They don't air every episode, even if you do get a deal. I got a deal, but but they don't always. Thank you. They don't always air those episodes. So it's literally, not MSNBC.
I think it is MSNBC.
Is it MSNBC?
I think so.
Yeah. So basically, MSNBC.
CNBC.
CNBC.
Yeah.
Whichever it is, I don't want to misspeak. That's why I wasn't sure. But if you watch the show, you know that they just air episodes that are good for TV, whether you get a deal or not. But if your episode doesn't air, you don't get sales. So that's and they don't tell you whether or not your episode's going to air until pretty much right before it's going to air. So you kind of have to be prepared.
Right.
But it was an amazing experience. I really enjoyed it. I over prepared for it. At least that's what I think I did. I was just ready because you really only have those 5 minutes.
And you got to deal with Barbara.
I did, and she's such an amazing shark. She's based in New York, and I just love her so much.
So are y'all besties now?
I mean, she's a bestie in my head, but she's definitely a bestie in my head. Her and her team are super attentive. She just doesn't have a lot of time because she has like hundreds of businesses under her belt that she has to give her time to. So
but she's on your cap table.
Oh, absolutely. We're in contact right now we're in contact like every month with her team.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So how did you prepare? Because I know my only comparable thing is when I gave the commencement speech at my school.
And I remember when you did that.
Yeah, and I invited all these people. I was like, I'm going to test this in front of you guys. Give me your feedback, what you like, what you don't like. And your pitch on Shark Tank was amazing. So how did you prepare for that?
So I can't speak to what the rounds were. We're sworn to secrecy when it comes to that. But I can say that my pitch started at 11 minutes. That's a long time.
Yes.
And then it got narrowed down to, what was it, about 2 minutes.
Oh, so they take you through different.
You go through different rounds.
Got it.
Yeah, you go through different rounds. So my actual pitch was only, I think, 2 minutes, but I think what they actually aired after editing was, I don't know, maybe a minute. Mm-hmm. So it takes a lot of preparation. As you know, I work out, so the way that
talk about the workout too.
Well, I would go over my pitch in my head. I had already memorized it, the full version. And I would go over my pitch in my head when I did everything. I'll be working on patience and I'm going over the pitch. I will be doing push-ups, I'm going over the pitch. It's kind of like memorizing a song, but it's like you've got to sing that song with all of your might every single time. Every single time, because once the nerves hit you, that you feel bad about the business owners that come out there and they get stuck. And like, this is your moment. You get stuck, you can't remember, you can't. I was like, I can't be that person. Like, if there's anything they're gonna take away from me, it's not gonna be the way I deliver my pitch. So if I don't get a deal, fine, but I'm gonna kill this pitch. Like, and there's like even a minute after like a second little glimpse after I did my pitch, where I was like, yes. I was like, I did it. Okay, now what? What you got for me?
And you were ready for all the questions, all the financial stuff, because that's the stuff that trips me up most of the time.
Yes, I was definitely prepared for that. Needless to say, I mean, I only had like 6 months worth of numbers, but yes, I had to basically put myself through a small business course, because I'm an orthodontist. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? I've never taken business courses, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. So there were a lot of things that I kind of had to teach myself, like, the definitions of certain things and how they applied to my business. Even though I am a businesswoman, and I have been a businesswoman for a long time, producing a product or developing a product and selling a product is a lot different than running a practice. It's a lot different.
Right.
You know that. So
I totally know.
Yeah.
You know what EBITDA means? I always am like, ChatGPT was that. You know what I'm saying? There's just a whole nother side to running a business that I think when you first start out, you don't know.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you want to get an investment, then you're going to learn.
You have to
find out.
Absolutely.
All right, let's dial it back.
Okay.
So your dad was a dentist.
My dad was a dentist. He was a prosthodontist. But my dad retired. He was retired by the time, let's see, if he's retired in his 50s. Yeah, I think I hadn't even applied to dental school by the time I was like in high school when he retired.
But did he inspire you to go into dentistry and orthodontics?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you, not really. I think that we did have some talks towards when I was like a senior in college, junior, senior in college, and I'm just like, well, what am I gonna do with this biology degree? Do I want to shoot up lab rats the rest of my life? Like, what am I gonna do? So it was actually not something that I wanted to do all of my life, but it's something that once I got into school, I'm like, okay, what are my options? I was like, this is something I would love to try. I tried it. Of course, I got in, and then I loved it. But the procedures that I liked doing while I was in dental school, because we don't get a lot of clinical experience with orthodontics, we just get like, the academic experience. They don't make money. I like to do fillings and like cleanings, things like that, and they really didn't make a lot of money. So once I graduated, I said, okay, I need to specialize. So then I did a residency, like a general practice residency, that gave me clinical experience with all the different disciplines of dentistry. And I really took to orthodontics, but it's such a competitive, it's like one of the oral surgery and orthodontics, those are the most competitive disciplines of dentistry. Like, anyone will tell you that. So I mean, you know about competition, girl. I know you know. A little bit.
I honestly feel like I didn't deal with competition until I got into the fashion industry.
I mean, because it probably wasn't as heavily weighted on you until then. But the residency, the orthodontic residency that I was accepted to was Maimonides in Brooklyn, and they only accept 2 people per year. Hundreds of people apply, 2 people per year. It's clinical based, and I was one of those 2 people. Still the only Black person to have finished that residency.
You're really exceptional.
It's nuts.
No, but you're exceptional.
It's
like,
crazy.
First Black woman, you've made history. So many different, one of 3 Black
in New York.
in New York. Like, how do you remain humble? How do you, because I feel like when I see you, everything is, you're so down to earth.
Yeah, I honestly just don't take myself too seriously. Right. I just don't. Like, I'm just super relatable. like I said, like even in my practice, like we just, I don't know, we just created an environment where everyone is accepted. Like everyone gets the same song when they get their braces placed. We have a song for placing braces. We have a song for removing braces. Like we just create a certain atmosphere, and I think that trickles down into like my life period. So.
Do you ever have customers or clients who are like, I saw you on TikTok, and they have feel some kind of way about it?
So I get both sides. I think that my younger patients, they love it. Like they come in and some of them are a little bit intimidated to ask me to do a TikTok with them. And I'm just like, oh girl, yes, let's do it. Regardless, I don't care about your age or whatever. But then I would say like, there have been a few parents that have been a little bit judgmental, and what they'll do is they'll send DMs, but I have someone that, curates my business page. So when they'll screenshot it, send it to me, and it's just like, okay, I mean, when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be me regardless. Like being an orthodontist is not all of who I am. So I'm gonna go to Carnival. I'm gonna shake my ass if I want to. I'm gonna hang out with my friends. I'm gonna still be me, and I'm still gonna enjoy life. And if you look at that and you look at my posts and you say, you want to criticize me for that, then there's something wrong with you. And that's just what I feel like. You have to, you're gonna work as hard as I do. I'm gonna play harder.
I know that's right. So let's talk about where you went to school, all those good things.
I went to Drexel University in Philadelphia for undergrad, and I went to Howard, the real HU.
That's funny, because you always say that.
It's like a little joke that we have between like Howard and Hampton, because we always say, HU. We have our little calls, HU, it's like, HBCU thing. So I always say the real HU because,
Harvard is in there too.
That's true. But do you guys say HU? Like, you like kind of?
No, we're not. We're not very cool. We're like, y'all can be the real HU.
We don't care.
Yeah,
we're Harvard, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I went to Howard for dental school.
Okay. And you're the youngest of 8 children.
I am.
Let's talk about that.
Yes. So it's funny because I'm the youngest of 8. So my mom had 5 boys, 3 girls. 5 boys and then 3 girls, right?
Wow.
But my mom is and was always that woman that if someone couldn't take care of their kids, come here. So I always had a house full of people. Mm-hmm. And, it's funny because someone asked me like where the name Big Mouth came from at one time. And I said, well, every Sunday, my parents and my siblings, we get on a conference call. And we talk about every Sunday at 3 o'clock. We get on a conference call.
That's wild.
Yeah, we literally. I
love it.
We've been doing it for a while. You know.
Yeah, I know. I've been a witness.
You've been a witness, right? Yeah. And it's like a mandatory thing where we, talk about our lives. How was our week? So the concept came up because I wanted to design a toothbrush, and my siblings are very well-rounded, smart individuals. So I was like, yeah, I just don't know what to call it. So I was describing what the toothbrush was going to look like. And when I was younger, my mom used to call me Mighty Mouth. So I'm circling back to having a house full of people where I was the smallest, but I had to be the loudest if I was going to be heard because my family's very loud. Just like, always like just a good time, but just a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. So my mom used to call me Mighty Mouth. And then my brothers used to always say, hey, Candy, you have such a big mouth. My family calls me Candy. You have such a big mouth.
They call you what?
Candy.
Candy.
Yeah.
So your real name is Barbara.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And your mom's name is Barbara.
Yes. And my daughter's name is Barbara. And Barbara Corcoran became the 4th Barbara. You guys will see that on the Shark Tank. But
we go by Bobbi and Candy.
Well, I mean, people that really know me, have known me for a long time, they'll call me like Candy. But everyone just calls me Bobbi or Dr. Bobbi. But yeah, but that's where the name came from. Mm-hmm. So my brother was like, just call it Big Mouth. And I'm like, you know what? It's for big mouths. Like it's like we're saying that it's for us without saying it's for us because our bone structure is just bigger. Like that's just a fact.
Yeah,
it's just a fact.
I love it. So what else? Because you're a big mouth because you're the youngest. What else? Because like I'm the youngest too in some ways. I'm the youngest in my mom's household, and I'm a spoiled brat. I know it.
Yeah.
So in life, I'm like, I want this, and like I don't throw a tantrum, but I'm like, I want it and I'm gonna have it because I'm like a little spoiled.
That's the mentality. I agree.
Are you the same way?
Yeah, I am the same way, but the way I will process that is I want it, I'm gonna get it, and I don't need anyone to give it to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do it myself. And I think that you can identify, like, I'm going to get here and watch me work.
Right.
Watch
And if
me
you
work.
don't give it to me, I'm going to get
Take it,
so I'm gonna
exactly.
take
You don't give
it
it to me, I'm going to take it.
Yes. Okay. What are I want some very kind of practical dental tips, like basic 101.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should brush at least twice a day. We can start there.
Okay.
Flossing should definitely be in your oral hygiene routine. And I stress this because a lot of people say they floss, but do you really? And I always say that if you don't floss, it's like the equivalent of taking a shower without washing under your arms. So when you're brushing, you're hitting two surfaces of your teeth. What about the other two surfaces of your teeth? How are you going to clean them if you don't floss? The brush can't get in between your teeth, not efficiently. So I definitely think that flossing should be a part of your dental routine. Now, some people think that you need to have a tongue scraper. I am one of those people. I think that I focus on a full mouth clean. You know, there are a lot of people out there, and I've seen things on TikTok, and I hate saying like, oh, I saw this on TikTok, but if it's on TikTok, a lot of people have seen it, right? And there are rinses and oils that people use that they are told that those oils will reduce the bacteria on their tongue, which is like somewhat taking the place of a tongue scraper. Don't believe the hype. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you're a smoker, you absolutely need a tongue scraper. You know, like
Coffee drinker too?
I would say coffee drinkers, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Or if you just drink a lot of sugars. I mean, the mouth is like, it's full of bacteria, and bacteria feed off of sugars. And, you know, if you're just that type of person where you don't brush before you go to sleep, because, you know, when you're sleeping, your mouth is closed, or it should be closed. So there's a canoodling. It's a bacteria party. So when you wake up, there needs to be some sort of antiseptic, and there needs to be some sort of scraping. There needs to be some sort of, cleaning. The same way you would clean your body, you need to clean your teeth.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And what about what should you swish with? Because I swish with, I like the Crest or Colgate White, like the whitening.
Yeah.
Or Listerine.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know if I want to say this, but I honestly like the Listerine that comes in a white bottle. They have a pre-brushing rinse and they have a post-brushing rinse. When my patients go through the whitening process, I usually recommend that. I'll say, you know, for the week or so after you do your whitening, I think this is a good rinse to use, the pre-brushing rinse. So you use it before you brush, and then you brush, and you have a better outcome with it.
Okay, Listerine. And what about the toothpaste?
I think any toothpaste that has baking soda is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to have baking soda.
Yeah, I think baking soda is good. Oh, but if you have braces, no. If you have braces, do not use any product that has whitening in it, because what will happen is your tooth around the brackets, it'll get whiter, of course, and then once the braces come off, you'll have brown stains, and it's very, very challenging for a dentist to even out your teeth once that's done. So
Okay. I didn't know that.
a little fun fact. Yeah.
I just thought it was brush and floss.
Nope.
And I have cavities, so you know me. You've been in my mouth.
Girl.
I'm reckless. I am so
Your
reckless.
teeth are not bad though.
Wait, where are you from? Did we already talk about that?
No, I was born in Newark, New Jersey, but my life has been built in Brooklyn since 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're also a breast cancer survivor.
I am, yes. So I was diagnosed with breast cancer in January of 2020. When was COVID? 2020, right? So January 2020, when we didn't know what was going on with COVID, it just, people were just getting sick. We didn't know what was happening. Got diagnosed. Let's back up, because I found a lump in my left breast in August of 2019, but it was very, very small, and my family is very cystic. Like, we get like what do you call them? Keloids. Like we keloid if we have when we get injured or whatever. So I was like, well, maybe this is something that's in reference to that, but it grew really fast. So that by December, so I would say in August, it was like the size of a a small like gumball that you get from like a 25-cent gumball machine. By December into January, it was like almost the size of like a golf ball. Like you could see it in my breast without me having to palpate it. It grew really fast. So got diagnosed in January, had my surgery. I had a double mastectomy in April of 2020. Now that type of surgery, you're supposed to be in the hospital for at least like 5 days, but COVID was going on there. Everyone's so short. Every hospital was so short staffed that they legit, like after my surgery and I woke up, they kind of like rolled me out. They're like, here you go. Rolled right into my mom's arms and recouped at her house basically. So it was like they turned it into same day surgery. Fast forward, chemo, I did chemo the end of that year. Then went through radiation, 3 breast surgeries later. I'm definitely in remission right now. I see my oncologist like every 3 months. I'm here.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, I documented everything on like YouTube because I don't know. My oncologist was just so great. Dr. Fasano, shout out to you. She was just so great at Mount Sinai, and they really treated me well. Like it's like a big pink building, and you know everyone in there has breast cancer, and you just hear so many stories, so many inspirational stories, and it's just like a place just for us. You know what I'm saying? For our type of cancer. So it's called the Dubin Breast Center at Mount Sinai, and yeah, that's where I still go for my follow-ups, and they're just super knowledgeable, and I trust them with my life, literally.
I actually have a friend who was recently diagnosed, and so I actually know a few women, including my close friend, my mother, who are breast cancer survivors. So in my mind, it's not a death sentence. Obviously, it's not. You wouldn't want it, but you know it's not a death sentence. Thank God. What advice would you give to somebody who's recently diagnosed and might be panicking or upset?
Again, like you stated, this is something that has touched so many families, and it just needs to be diagnosed early. Like
Right.
If it's diagnosed early, you know, I'll tell you what my mentality was. I said, you know, they're just breasts. Like, I didn't have to get a double mastectomy. I did that because I know it runs in my family. Like I had cancer in one of my breasts. I said, just take them. They're just boobs. Like, you know what I mean? Chemo is not fun. Radiation is not fun. But it's something that is necessary once you're diagnosed. And as long as you have a really, really good support system, you're going to get through it. Like, I don't want to downplay anyone's experience because my overall spirit was just more joyful than I guess the average person would be. And I really think that helps. Like what your mental state is when you're going through something as stressful as that really, really matters. And in a case like mine, I was more worried about the reaction of my family or how they're going to look at it. So, you know, that was what I struggled with the most, the pain that they were going to feel knowing that I was going through that. But what I would say to them is, you know, it's not a death sentence anymore. Like, it's literally just something you just have to power through. And then, you know, and then you can have like an amazing life. It's just a minor roadblock. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop you from doing anything. But what I would also say is keep your brain, your mind, and your spirit healthy. So, you know, that's when we opened up the juice bar, you know, during COVID. You know, I started juicing. I did like 3 30-day yoga challenges with my now husband, you know, like I just held on to life more. And that's what I would tell them, just hold on to life more. Do more of the things that feed your soul. Do more of the things that make you smile, you know, like create a balance for yourself. You know, this is going to be something that you're going to struggle through. You know, bring something that's more positive into your life while you're going through that. Something that brings you joy, even no matter how minor it is.
Right. And did you meet your husband while you were
I met him before. I met him before.
Before.
And he rode that wave with me all the way through.
I love that.
Bald head and everything. He kissed my little bald head. Yes, and it was very challenging because during COVID, so when you go through chemo, that's like five hours a day, and he couldn't be in there with me. He would sit outside the hospital, and we would just like be on the phone, and then he would go get me some vegan food because I was vegan back then. We were vegan for like 4 months or something like that. And that would be my reward. He would go up to Harlem, get some really good vegan food, and be waiting for me when I came out. But I think that it's a different experience when you have like a loved one that can be in there with you while you're watching TV, going through your infusions, and it's a different way to support.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love your energy, your spirit. How do you maintain? What's the secret? Like, do you have a daily mantra? Is fitness a big part of it?
No.
No.
I just know about the hustle and the grind of life, and I know I like to live a certain way, and I know that it's going to be me that is going to feed that. So I've just been that way my entire life, and I enjoy being happy. And I feel like sometimes happiness is a choice and people don't understand that.
It is.
Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy. We all have our own problems. This is a sidebar, but I'm also a landlord. And it blows my mind how some people will just put their personal life onto you as a landlord and say, hey, I can't pay your rent. And I'm just like, I don't agree with putting any type of burden on anyone else of your own. We all have problems. We all have issues. It's all in how you deal with them.
Right.
Are you going to constantly bring them to the forefront of your mind? Don't struggle and stress over things you can't change in this moment. It's like right now, okay, say your bank account's kind of low. All right, it won't stay that way if you hustle and grind, Bring about change in the way you can do it. Control the things you can control. Don't stress over the things you can't. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't change it. Don't worry about it. Just it'll work itself out.
It is a choice.
And if it doesn't, okay. What are you gonna do?
And I think sometimes we don't take account of all the blessings, because in my head, I was flying back from New York to LA, first class. And I was like going through my mind, like all these things that went wrong. And I'm like, Claire, you're sitting here complaining and you're
I'm in Delta One right now.
You know what I mean?
Things could be worse.
They could be worse.
Yeah, life can't be that bad.
I know. And think about all you've overcome in life and all the adversity.
Absolutely.
You, a cancer survivor, and a successful entrepreneur.
Yes.
I mean, so many things to be grateful for.
I'm grateful every day.
I had a question for you. Okay, so I think a lot of young people, obviously they look up to rappers, they look up to influencers. You're doing very well in dentistry. So I want to give them a glimpse into what is possible, like the potential of somebody in orthodontics, as a potential career choice. So can you shed some light on that?
I think that dentistry and orthodontics is just an amazing field. I think that as Black women in dentistry, we're growing.
Is it a 6-figure career, 7-figure?
It's always going to be a 6-figure career plus.
6-figure
You've
plus.
got to, my advice would be, and a lot of dentists don't want to do this, but I mean, get your own, start your own practice. I finished my residency in July of 2008. I opened my office in August. It's not like as soon as you open, the patients aren't there, but, grind and, of course, work for other people. But the moment that you are working harder for yourself than you would for anyone else, then you're a true entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Then you're a true entrepreneur. So, if you're going to give someone else 8 hours, give yourself 12 and you're successful, period.
Yeah.
Period.
What does success mean to you?
Pretty much just what I said. Success means controlling to a certain extent your income. Success for me means having a balance between work life and play life. Because if you can't see your money, what are you working for? You work hard for what? If you work a 9 to 5, whatever you do, if you're working hard and you can't see your money, or your money is going solely to bills, that's not, to me, that's not success. And that's not, for me, that couldn't be a good quality of life. You have to at least be able to go on vacation. You've got to at least be able to go treat yourself, like whether it's to freaking Red Lobster, whatever it is that whatever your favorite food, you should be able to treat yourself to a spa. Enjoy your money, even if it means you don't pay a bill for a little bit. I mean, you're not supposed to do that, but you know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to see your money. Right. That's what success is to me.
Who would you like to see using Big Mouth Toothbrush? Because I know you have me, you have Yandy, you have so many celebrities.
And it's,
Not
there
that I'm
are
a celebrity, but
you are.
Okay.
You've been a celebrity since I met you. You were on my wall of fame when I had a wall of fame with celebrities. That's funny, right?
Sorry.
Yes. I just found out that, I don't know if I can say this, you might have to edit this out, but Beyonce has my toothbrush.
Beyonce has a Big Mouth toothbrush?
Missy has a Big Mouth toothbrush.
Okay.
Madonna has a Big Mouth toothbrush. Her and her daughter, they both have them. New York is not that big. Like, yeah, so it's like, I treat a lot of their, I don't want to say staffs. Like, for example, like Madonna's DJ, Mary Mack, she's my patient. So that's how, that's how I got into that. Lotto has my toothbrush. You have my toothbrush. So it's, I would love to give one to Rihanna. I think I would love to give one to Tyler Perry and Oprah.
Oh, yeah.
They would love it. They would love the toothbrush. It just feels so good. And it's not even so much about, because I know how it is with, celebrities. They can't like endorse things, but so much. But it's just gratitude knowing that someone could see it in their house, or you know what I mean? Like just knowing, it's a great feeling.
Okay.
And Missy, wait a minute. Missy sent me a voice note telling me how amazing she felt it was, and that someone gave her one before, but then I sent her one, and through our good friend Rowena, we love her.
Love you.
I got to actually hear that, and that's all I really needed. I was like, wow, Big Mouth is an amazing product.
So what's next? What's next for you and the Big Mouth brand?
Okay, so last year we launched. So Big Mouth went from electronics to sonic. I don't know if I explained that before. It's just a more powerful toothbrush. We launched our individually wrapped floss picks, which everyone loves. Yes, we were giving them out at the Fashion Mom Daily fashion show. Everyone loved them. We now have manual toothbrushes. So now we have pink manual toothbrushes, we have gray manual toothbrushes, and we're launching the red manual toothbrushes this year. I'm so excited to announce that next year we're going to have a kid's toothbrush.
Oh, yay.
Finally. I'm still working on the design. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy because I need it to be different. Big Mouth is different. But it can't just be different and not serve, a great purpose. So it's like, I'm struggling with it a little bit. But yeah, it'll be launching next year. God willing.
Good. And any parting words of advice or encouragement to young dentists, young orthodontists, people who look up to you?
Don't wait, just do it. Don't wait. If you're thinking about it and you think it's a possibility, like that idea you're holding on to, don't wait, just do it. I did the same things with the tooth gems. I was like, okay, I didn't create tooth gems, but I was like, how can I switch it up to make it my own? So I did customized tooth gems. I got with a jeweler, I'm gonna customize this. I thought about doing a toothbrush. It's like, don't wait. Like, as soon as you get the idea, look into how you can make it happen. What are the steps that it would take to make this happen? Write it down. Write it down, add to it, as your ideas evolve, and execute.
And what about the entrepreneurs who are in the midst of their careers but feeling discouraged?
Yeah, I know what that feels like. That's why I'm like, everyone's not always going to be on your side. You're not always going to have an amazing support system. Don't be afraid of negative feedback. Don't let that discourage you. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but if you don't pursue it, you might regret it. Like, don't live your life with regrets. Just do it. you know, and don't take yourself too seriously. Like that's another thing that I just don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, I learned I'm a people pleaser.
Okay.
So I want everybody to like me. I want everybody to like what I'm doing. And I finally realized at year 20 that you can't please everyone.
Never. You never can.
And despite your best efforts.
So don't try.
Don't try. Just do you.
Just do you.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Well, thank you, Bobbi.
You're welcome.
Loving all this fashion bomb fabulosity? Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit up our Patreon for exclusive behind the scenes footage you won't see anywhere else.